What is up, ladies and dudes? So today I wanted to talk to you guys about fear and holy shit, I got a big ass fucking head that won't fit in the screen. So today I want to talk to you guys about fear, and yes, I am recording from my iPhone because even though I'm getting money, I feel that I can record 4K at 30 feet per second on my phone. So why the fuck spend the rest of the money that I could be spending on hookers, drugs, cocaine, and buying my own island? Um, so I want to talk to you guys about fear and really where it comes from and how to get over it. So we'll just jump right into it. Personally, I believe that fear is subjective and that it's not something that's concrete. It's always just an idea, a thought that, god damn, it's like shaky cam up on this bitch. Um, it's always just this idea of, you know, where are the results going to come from and what if, and all these crazy ass scenarios of what if I get embarrassed, what if I get my tongue tied. And this is all in regards to like pitching and selling, but overall in life it's really like fear is just one thing, and that's just the fear of failure. And that's the engineering that we've had in the past couple of decades where instead of trying because of the fear of failure, we just sit and we follow the same shit that everybody else has told us to do. And I don't think that's okay. Um, it's really a false sense of insecurity because if you know how to do something, but you're scared of how to do it in front of people, or you're scared to do it in front of people, really you're just you're sabotaging yourself in that regard because you've learned the knowledge, the process, you know how to do it for yourself and for other people, and you're just afraid every time you gotta go talk about it or show off in front of people, and not show off like in a oh look at me type of thing, but more so like here are the results and this is how we got them. And you do it in real time for them. Now the issue with that is everybody gets scared when they're inexperienced. If you look at all these people who they're making $100,000 just selling shit to people, they don't give a shit about what's going on around them. They're there for the sale, they're there for the pitch, they're there to close the deal, and that's it. And ultimately, that's what matters, right? It's making the money, you're closing the deal, you're making sure the client's happy at the end of the day, and that they want to stay with you. Now, the only way you're going to be able to truly succeed at selling, and we're all fucking novices in this in some regard, except for like Grant Cardone, he's a fucking beast. But is by making sure to realize that fear is self-made, and sometimes people make it for you, but overall you're just afraid of failure on your own account because you don't want people to make fun of you, you don't want people to think you're a failure and all this other crap. When that shit just doesn't fucking matter. What you really need to do is make sure that you know who you are, you know what you're doing, and you know that you can fucking execute like a fucking monster every goddamn time. The lack of experience really fuels this fear of like, oh my god, I haven't done this enough, I haven't mastered the process. For social media marketing, you're never going to master the process. You're going to know the steps to take on how to do something, but the process changes almost every fucking week, if not like around like every 2 weeks or every 4 weeks. Something about Facebook changes. They change Instagram. Twitter's a fucking dying platform, but nobody cares about Twitter anymore. And YouTube changes their algorithm so that now instead of just being having likes, shares, and subscriptions and watching minutes, you gotta have hookers in your videos too. I wish they had that. Whew. Like this irrational fear of failure, really what it is, that's what it is very demoralizing, and it'll cost you to lose the success mindset that you're supposed to have in general. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things that young entrepreneurs, male or female, transgender, trigender, gender fluid, whatever the hell you are, um, it ruins your mindset. And most of that fear, it's self-generated from inexperience, which means you're not trying enough. You're just not trying enough of what you're already supposed to be pursuing. And the best way to take care of that is by fucking trying to get it out there. And when you start getting more experience, it's just like, like riding a bike. It's so cliche, but it really is true. Once you learn how to ride a bike, um, you just know. The only difference here is that social media is this weird ass bike that the gears keep changing every now and then, and too frequently for, for the most of us. We wish it would just stay the same so we could master it for sure, but overall, like, it's a fucking complicated ass bike with a fucking clutch pedal is what social media is. But that's the beauty of it, that you always keep growing as long as the social media platforms keep growing and new ones pop up, and you want to master that one too. And the best way to get over fear is just with practice. Practice makes perfect, and nobody can be perfect, so that means you always have to pursue the craft. And when you're going through with the practice, you got to make sure that when you're going out there and pitching people and talking to them, it's not about whether or not they say yes. I said this in my last video. It's about the process. When you're invested in the process over the outcome, you start being more devoted to what you do, because you don't depend on anybody else to feel satisfied. You are satisfied already in what you're doing. So that gives you the edge above your competitors who are so worried about the yes that they're not saying yes to the process in the first place. And also, there's many people who are going through this as well. You could just go on Facebook and look for social media marketing groups, and there's a shit ton of them now. Thanks to Ty Lopez and Sunny T and Ryan Hildreth and Hayden and all those other people, and hopefully me soon enough. But you can get support. I'm in a WhatsApp group chat that, they got shit ton. Sorry, ghost dick. A shit ton of experience. They got new people, 16-year-old kids who are marketing, and then they got people who've been doing this for 20 plus years, and we're all in the same fucking group chat. That's invaluable experience and resources that you can get. And you could even use that to your advantage when you pitch somebody and tell them, look, I'm not doing this on my own. I got a network of over 100 people that do the same thing I do, and they all have different takes on it, and that helps me be a multi-dimensional asset. It's not just my point of view that goes into the work, it's other people's point of view and their experience and their expertise in the field, and that helps me be a better asset to you. That would give somebody damn near chills down their spine, knowing that they're hiring one person, but they got a whole fucking crew coming with them too to do the work. That's amazing. That's a steal. It's going to be huge. It's going to be huge, and it's going to be a deal for these people when they realize that they're hiring more than one person, essentially, for the price of one. Now, when you get support from your peers, that could only last you for so long, because they're not messaging you in your dreams or when you wake up. They're not there saying, you go get him, Tiger, and none of that bullshit. Really, the biggest level of support you can get, it's not from your family, it's not from your friends, it's not from your peers in doing marketing or whatever the hell it is you're pursuing. Hopefully I'm not just reaching marketers with this, but probably right now I am. It's self-motivation. If you're not fully convinced that you can succeed and you can win in this bitch, you're never going to do it. Because no matter who motivates you, your self-doubt and your inexperience and your own self-worth in this realm, since it's so low and you're so scared of succeeding and failing, that you'll never succeed because you're not willing to fail, because you don't love yourself enough to jump off a cliff and just have faith in the process and become invested in the process. Because no matter how far you fall, you still got hands and feet. You can climb up that cliff again and jump just off a different angle this time, so you land somewhere better. And that leads us into the next point, is discipline and consistency. When you're disciplined, that means you already have the ability to manage and be consistent in whatever it is you're doing. Now, I have a really, really hard time staying consistent with things. I'm a disciplined person and very consistent when it comes to things that I've done for a long time, like martial arts, weightlifting, going to the gym, training other people, being very motivational. I've been motivational, like a speaker, that type of way, since I was like in 6th grade, through poetry, and then through just the spoken word, and also through theater. That's right, this bald head went through theater at some point. But yeah, be consistent and be disciplined in what you do, and that'll actually help you become invested in the process, to fall in love with the process and not the outcome, because the outcome is going to be the same at the end of the day. You're still going to be able to fall asleep at night. That's really it. That's your ultimate outcome, being able to fall asleep relaxed. But if you're not in love with the process, it's gonna keep you up at night. That you're gonna think, oh, I didn't do this, I didn't do that right. I failed at a lot of shit. Um, and really, that's gonna lead to more self doubt, to fucking looking for a pity party from your peers, and then stopping you from being able to move forward because you're so stuck on looking back. You're not looking where you're stepping. Even if you try to take a step forward, you're gonna fuck something up because you're not focused. Focus, stay consistent, fall in love with the process, and for God's sake, please, please don't be like SoFlo. Some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. This fucking dude who steals everybody else's shit, and doesn't give him credit for it. Now, I got a lot of knowledge from Ty Lopez, I'm not going to lie, from Sonny T, from Hayden Peddle, Ryan Hildreth. And a lot of these guys started at the same time that I was starting my journey. It was just that I was so scared I wasn't consistent. I started January 10th. On my birthday, I bought my first course and started learning this shit. And up until May 20 something, I think around May 28th, I actually picked it up again. And then I landed 2 clients within a week, because I was really convinced that I could do it, and I started doing it. And I fell in love with the process of waking up, making the audits, sending the audits out an email, printing them out, and then going in person, sometimes on the same day, and showing people, hey, this is what I do, this is what I see you guys could do better. I personally want to know what I could do for you if you think it's different. Tell me about your business, tell me about yourself, and tell me your story. I want to get to know you before I give you anything and before I think I can solve your problems. I want to know what your problems are. These things matter to everybody. If you had a relationship problem and somebody came to you telling you what to do, you're not going to take them seriously unless they were there with you when the relationship started. You know what I mean? People want security. They want to do business and share their deepest, darkest secrets only with the people they know. What you want to make sure is that these businesses know you. And when they feel that they personally know you and that they're invested in a relationship with you, is when they're going to hand you just about as much money as they can fucking manage to throw at you. They're going to trust you with their websites, with their social media accounts, because that's really personal. I know for a fact, none of you people watching this video right now would ever give your personal information, your password, not even to your fucking girlfriend, let alone your parents or your friends and stuff like that, because you just don't trust them enough. They weren't there when you made the social media account. You can't trust them to not post, a picture of a toilet full of shit for your profile picture at some point. I mentioned that because that actually happened to me. I logged into my cousin's Android, and they posted a picture of a toilet full of shit for my profile picture for my whole family to see. It was hilarious at the time. Looking back, very, very cringy. Thank God I deleted that picture, and I learned to trust iPhones only and not Androids. iPhone, you can now pay me with an affiliate link to your iPhone 8 Plus Plus Plus. And hopefully it's not hacked like the iPhone 6 was. But yeah, guys, this was my time. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share the video, and also to press that little bell so that whenever I upload a video, you guys can get my notification. And I really, really hope that whatever I said today, if one thing stuck, is to stay consistent and to fall in love with the process. That's really the biggest points is you gotta fall in love with what you're doing, and so in love that you put that ahead of your own ego. Because if your ego is in front of your business, you ain't gonna go anywhere, because all the no's are gonna damage your ego, and you're gonna be such a little bitch about it that you're not gonna want to get up in the morning to start all over again and find a new client to pitch. So put your fucking ego aside. It's not about you. It's about your business and your future, your legacy, and above everything else, it's about the customers that you're trying to serve, the clients that you're trying to serve, making sure that you deliver good value, honest to God good value, without trying to make it at anybody else's expense. Stay consistent, fall in love with the process. This has been Herson from the Customer Acquisition Team, and I'll see y'all motherfuckers later.